Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Frenzy, presented by the Venice Pub and Pizzeria of Ishpeming. I'm Jerry Taylor. Speaking of Ishpeming, there was a pretty big scratch set, a monumental game this evening in Hematite country. First place in the MPC was on the line in boys hoops between the Hematites and their arch rivals from down the road, the Negaunee Miners. A full crowd was on hand for this one. There was not one empty seat to be found throughout the gym. Late second quarter, Negaunee leading 24-20. Eric Laurie drives and with a flick of the wrist, lays it in. He had 20 for Negaunee. Back the other way, Bobby Zulke crossed the floor to Derek DeCare for three, and Derek rattles it home. That sliced the Negaunee lead in half to three. Time winding down in the first half, Eric Laurie fires up a three. It would be off the mark. Rebound to Derek DeCare. He'd be stripped by Tyler Jandren, and as time expires, Tyler for three. Buzzer beater, part of 23 points in the game for Jandren. Negaunee up 6 at the break. Third quarter, Bobby Zulke takes it strong to the hoop, and yes, it falls through. Bobby had 11 for the blue and white, but tonight belonged to Mike O'Donnell's maize and blue Negaunee Miners as Negaunee pulled away in the fourth quarter to defeat Ishpeming, your final 52-43. In other MPC action, Westwood pulled away in the fourth to win at Manistique 39-28, and Iron Mountain also picked up a road win 43-24 at Norway. Back to the highlights, Escanaba traveled to Marquette for a Great Northern Conference showdown with the Redmen. First quarter, the home team on the move. Connor Brazo feeds Veas Grazulis inside. He gets the hoop plus the foul, and the Redmen were up 2. Escanaba's shooting early from beyond the arc was awesome. Brandon Robinette to Jamie Hiltonen, who quickly fires and connects to put the Eskimos up by 1. Three-point shooting is contagious. Ben Kleiman caught the bug, and he drained the triple. Escanaba trailed 14-12, but their fans were still having a good time. The star of the game was number 35 in red and white. Larry Burnett takes it strong to the rim for 2. Burnett would finish with a game-high 25 points. Grazulis added 16, and that all added up to a 69-47 win for the Redmen over the Eskimos. Two other teams in the GNC, Kingsford and the Gladstone Braves, tangled tonight in Delta County. We begin with the first quarter. The Braves with control of the rock. Tyler Wells stays patient, then decides to go to the basket, and that was the good decision. Wells put the home team up a bucket. The other way for the Flivers, Lucas Jennings kicks it to his left, and Harrington was open for three, and he knocks it down. Kingsford took the 3-2 lead. In fact, the Flivers scored 11 straight points after Gladstone made the first hoop of the game. Noah Voss hits the tray from the right side off the feed from Joe Hofer. 11-2 Kingsford. The Braves would fight back. Jared Hunter stealing the inbounds pass, and he would score 3 points the old-fashioned way. But in the end, Kingsford would leave town with the 51-36 win over Gladstone. Back to the boards, Ironwood over Wakefield Marinesco tonight, 72-49. Kearney NATO's Keenan Lampton scored 23 points as the Wolves defeated Stevenson. Levi Brock had 17 points in the loss for the Eagles. It was North Dickinson 32, Republic Michigamme 30. North Central won at Big Bay 82-63. Gwynns, Owen DeVoe, and Justin Nyquist combined for 51 points as the Mountaintowners won at Superior Central, your final 80-64. Speaking of Alger County, let's go there now. Mid-Penn and Munising battled one another. A lot of white and a lot of orange in this one. The Mustangs came out firing early. Noah Ackerman drives to the hoop, gets it, but Noah still hits a shot, even though he's hammered. Munising up 2. Later, the Stangs on the run. Garrett Blank pulls up, gives it off to Austin Kelto, who goes right down M28 for the bucket. And Mid-Penn head coach Mark Brandstrom needed a timeout to settle his team down. Out of the 60-second break, the Wolverines quickly found the hoop. Evan Winklebauer to Mitch Barron for the window shot. Winklebauer kept the assist train going. Chad Brandstrom would drive to the hoop for the easy lay-in, and that prompted a timeout by Stangs head coach Dan Waterman. Out of the timeout, Munising goes right to work. Andy Cooper would drive, get the ball in the post, I should say, and gets the hoop plus the harm. A three-point play there for Cooper as Munising would go on to win the game tonight. 69-50 over Mid-Penn. Two scores from the Copper Country. We go next. Ryan Labarge and Jimmy Veeker combined for 50 as Lance won at Lake Linden Hubble. Calumet a touchdown better than West Iron County tonight. Your final 48-41. It was the Jets of Jeffers over the Panthers of Chassell, 40-31. And Ontonagon was a 3-ball better than Dollar Bay, 38-35. We didn't forget about the rivalry game in the Copper Country. Hancock, Houghton, game on. Third quarter, the Gremlins leading by 17, but the Bulldogs bite back. Matt Yao gets it down low to Matt Silvala in the low post, and Matt gets it to go, but Houghton's still up 15. Houghton's Nate Gockenbach had a great evening here. He has control of the rock. Nate drives and pulls up and hits the mid-range J to extend the Gremlins' lead. Hancock's Jacob Perriam drives to the hoop here, and Jacob somehow gets the circuit shot to go. Sometimes, though, when it's your night, it's your night. Gockenbach, again from the free throw line, give him 2 more points. Then, from the outside, Trent Kettery would spot up and hit the 3 ball. He had 17 points lead the Gremlins as Houghton would go on to defeat rival Hancock 61-32. In girls high school hoops, the #1 team in the Big 5 poll, Marquette, goes down tonight at Kingsford 48-47. The Flivers made a free throw with just 0.2 of a second left to go in the game. West Iron County's Emmy Kinner had 20 for the Wycons as they won at North Dickinson after a tough loss last night at Crystal Falls Forest Park. Down in Manistee, Katie Rankin scored 14 points as the Lady Patriots defeated the Emeralds, and it was Ontonagon 44, Jeffers 26. That's all for the first half edition of Friday Night Frenzy, but there's still plenty more to get to. Straight ahead, we stay indoors for a little college hockey action in Houghton and downstate in Big Rapids. That's next on Frenzy. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Frenzy, once again presented by the Venice Pub and Pizzeria of Ishpeming. Well, 8 teams in the Western Collegiate Hockey Association were in action tonight. 2 of those teams, Northern Michigan and Michigan Tech. Let's begin in Houghton. First period action, the Huskies enter the Chargers. It's the puck to Blake Pietola, who goes upstairs on the backhand for the goal. A pretty shot by Pietola made it 1-0 Michigan Tech. Same score midway through the second. Malcolm Gould throws it on the net, and Hancock native Tanner Carroll bangs it home to give the Huskies a 2-0 lead. Just over 7 minutes later, Carroll, well, he lit the lamp once, how about twice, on a beautiful cross-ice feed from Dennis Ricks, and Tech had a 3-0 lead after 2 periods of play. Let's go to the third. The Huskies now leading 3-1, and on the power play, Styros in front gets it quickly to Pietola for his second goal of the game as Michigan Tech wins it tonight. A big win, 4-1 over the Chargers. Northern Michigan was on the road below the bridge at Ferris State. First period, the Bulldogs score on the power play as Kenny Babinski tips a shot from the point past Matthias Dahlstrom. 1-0 Bulldogs. Under 5 minutes to go in the first, the Wildcats on their own power play. Reed Seckel tracks down the puck from behind the net. He feeds Eric Higbee in front for the one-timer. That tied the game at 1, and it was a 1-1 game after 1. Let's go to the second. NMU would turn the puck over in its own zone. Kenny Babinski had a shot at his second goal of the game, but Matthias Dahlstrom sprawled out to make the save. However, Ferris State would score the next 6 goals in the game. They win it 7-1 over NMU. Another WCHA action. Lake State picked up a much-needed 5-3 win over Alaska Anchorage. And the final WCHA score of the night, Minnesota State defeated Bemidji State at home tonight, 5-2. In other college hockey action, the Finlandia Lady Lions gave up a goal late in the third as Marion wins it 2-1 at Hancock. At the public showcase tourney in downstate Chelsea, Escanaba 6-2 winners today thanks to 2 goals and 2 assists by Levi Wonder. Kingsford fell to Grand Haven 6-3. And Marquette, hey, Doug Garrow's team, now 2-0 at the showcase after a 3-1 win tonight over Woodhaven. At the other hockey showcase downstate in Trenton, to be exact, Calumet defeated Muskegon Mona Shores 3-1 to get the shootout win. And Houghton won 3-1 tonight over Brighton. We don't have time to show it, but I can tell you right now the Pistons did win at home tonight, 111-96. Andre Drummond with a double-double for the Pistons, 16 points, 22 rebounds. Brandon Jennings led the Pistons in scoring with 26 points. Lots to do this weekend in the UP. Ski jumping at Pine Mountain and Iron Mountain. Winter Carnival in Houghton. College hockey and basketball teams are on the road tomorrow. And that's all we have for tonight. I'm being told we got to go. Jimmy Kimmel is next right here on ABC 10. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. Good night.